The game start. Now Hawk, a transfer from Valpo, had been banged up some in practice, but he does get the green light here on kickoff. We do expect him to handle still most field goal and extra point duties. The kick more than deep enough, midway deep. Reluctant touchback taken, and here come the Bears of Missouri State, and here is Jacob Clark, the most efficient quarterback in Conference USA.
Yeah, Clark's an experienced player, set school passing records last year, over 3,600 yards. This year he's been really good, taking care of the football. He's been nursing this knee injury. He's got to get the ball out of his hand quickly today. New Mexico State's defense loves to bring pressure, heat him up. He's got to be efficient.
Shamari Lawrence, the deep running back. And on first down, a play fake. Quick hitter. And immediate tackle as the ball's brought in. Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown the stick. The rest of the starters for the Bears, you love the shiftiness of Dash Luke, Adam.
Dash Luke's a veteran slot receiver, go-to target in critical moments of this game for Missouri State. He's really a smooth route runner who's got a good feel for coverage. Watch number one in the big moments for Missouri State.
Working out of the gun. Second down and 6. And a three-man front. Another play fake. Clark steps into it deep. Caught on the hash. Over the top for a first down in a big way as Nick Session makes the stop on Ronell Johnson.
And this is why they are excited to get Jacob Clark back into the lineup. As you see him scanning the field right now, moves in the pocket and delivers a dime in the middle of the field to his main target.
It's a really good job by the Missouri State offensive line getting pressure. But watch this route. It's a flag route, then back to the middle of the field. Good job by Johnson putting the foot in the ground, securing the catch in traffic.
35 yards. Now they work at a pistol depth. Slot right. And flag flies. It looks like movement up front. Rodney Burnett, our referee tonight. Abube Dike Nabugu, the man they call Bube, transfer from Delaware State at left tackle.
Pretty cool name, Bube.
Now, penalties have been an issue for the Bears. Third most flags and yards in Conference USA this year. It's going to back them up to 1st and 15. They go empty 5 wide. And Missouri State showing pressure up front. Clark changing things up. Still 10 on the play clock. Clark locked right side, lobs it there. Caught by Johnson, who's immediately swung down. He's able to get to about the 34. Take a look at the defensive starters for the Aggies. Gabe Peterson can wreak some havoc up front.
Gabe Peterson definitely can wreak some havoc. The stats that may not show up on the stat sheet all the time is the pressure, how much he gets in the backfield. And he's one of those guys that come across the edge very well, and he's going to have to live in this backfield and disrupt the time in between Jacob Clark and his receivers.
He's been playing with a shoulder issue. He's among the many that try to get healthy with the extra week off. Bears' first game in a couple of weeks. Shotgun snap, checking down. And the catch made underneath by James Blackstreet. Out of first 2 hitters, and the third able to chip him down, and Nathan Mitchell. He's got the first down. They're in the red zone to the 18, a gain of 20.
Yeah, coming to this game, Coach Yost talked about he want to attack this boundary. We want to see if that Sam backer in that corner is going to be able to come up and tackle and make plays. That on the first play right now, he's attacking the boundary.
So New Mexico State defense has to get some pressure in the backfield against Jacob Clark.
They're in the red zone, brought to you by Verizon. That's what they've done on the year. Lawrence sidecar. Lawrence right into the teeth of the defense, gets chipped down at the 11, able to pick up 7. Torrey Geathers and Sone Apiu tripped him up there.
It's a nice run by Lawrence. Good job on the zone play of stretching it, then cutting it right up inside between his offensive line. Lawrence has a ton of speed at the running back position, but also combines it with great physicality between the tackles.
It's now 2nd down and 3. The run game pivotal on both sides. Lawrence right into the underbelly again, and Armand Hale goes for a ride, takes him down to the 3. That's good for 1st and goal.
Watch the offensive line here, Missouri State. Look at the left side, the opening. I mean, that's a massive 6-foot hole. John could have ran through that thing, but a good job by Lawrence of seeing it and hitting it as soon as that vision recognized the hole.
Don't insult those Aggies defenders. Dead to rights. Now, do they push it in with Lawrence? Clark, remember, coming off a knee injury and a brace on that left knee in warmups. Lawrence falls down and slaps the field. He lost a yard there.
That's far out of Clark. Yeah, we know he's coming into this game nursing the knee injury, but right now we saw him in warm-ups. We saw him in pregame, and looking at him right now, he looks very healthy. A lot of pop off the ball, delivering it downfield.
You can tell how in rhythm Clark is by how fast the ball comes out of his hand. Right here on the goal line, I want to see him get the ball out quickly to avoid where the pressure doesn't even matter.
One of the captains works under center now on 2nd and goal. Motion from Jamarie Robinson. He gets the ball, puts it on the ground, and he'll lose yards back to the 9. That'll be a loss of 5 on the jet action of Robinson. Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown was there.
Yeah, with Dash coming in motion right here, just a miss handoff there. This is where Missouri State have to finish in the red zone. They talked about finishing in the red zone. We have to finish and get touchdowns instead of field goals.
Yeah, Dash Luke's the guy right here in the red zone for Missouri State. They've been really bad this year on 3rd down. Luke has to get open. He's in the slot.
They now need 9. Ramon Green, a pass-catching running back, goes out wide. Clark, pocket holding, fires back, end zone, leaping catch, and brought in for a touchdown. Jaron Askren, the tight end, with the score from 9, and the Bears convert on 3rd down for a TD.
It's a phenomenal job by the Missouri State offensive line, giving his quarterback, Jacob Clark, time to work the pocket. Then the tight end, Askren, playing football. That's backyard ball on scramble drill, being quarterback friendly, Patrick. Coming back to your QB. Great job catching the ball in the back of the end zone, getting the feet down.
So it's safe to say that Clark looks pretty healthy to me.
That's only the 2nd touchdown grab by a tight end on the year for the Bears. Tight end was a big part of what they did last season, but they lost Lance Mason to Wisconsin. Point after.
It's a great job here by Askren, the tight end. Jacob Clark feeling the pocket. Look at all the time he has to throw this football. Delivers a strike. Missouri State off to a hot start, and Jacob Clark's fired up.
7-0 Missouri State. Jaron Askren got the score. How'd he get it?
It's a great job by Askren. He's on a flag route right here, but watch how he works back to the quarterback as this is zone coverage. Just watch Askren run this route. As soon as he's not there, watch him work right back to the quarterback, find the open hole in the zone. That's a heads-up play by the tight end. Then Jacob Clark, great job just standing in the pocket, trusting his time, and delivers an absolute strike in the back of the end zone.
No, the Bears get the initial score. Now New Mexico State with its shot, a touchback. So the Aggies look to Logan Fife, brought in from Montana, does have some history. He faced this Missouri State team a year ago.
Yeah, Fife's the veteran leader of this offense. He's seen a ton of college football. He's calm, he's efficient, he's poised under pressure. He's got to be a distributor, get his guys the ball in space without turning it over.
Well, we'll see what these Aggies are able to do. Almost 500 yards the last couple of weeks. He is healthy for the first time in a long time, at his first full week of practice in several games. Off the play fake. And he finds Donovan Fappel, and he's got a 1st down. I'll take a look at the rest of the starters for the Aggies. And what a surprise, Adam. You're keeping an eye on the tight end, Gavin Harris.
Absolute shocker, right? Gavin Harris, such a good player for this New Mexico State offense. He's a big, long tight end, great at getting open against zone, and boy, does he have good hands to catch the football in traffic.
And flags on the snap.
Okay.
That goes on Ryan Williams up front as we meet the starters for the Bears. At weak side linebacker, Kanye Young leads this team in tackles.
Kanye Young is one of those guys that had that out-hit, out-hustle mentality. Really believes he is the lifeline of this defense. So they're going to need him to live in that backfield, have a couple peanut punch out to get some turnovers here tonight.
Well, 1st down and 5. Might they take a shot here? Creeping pressure shown. And a whistle again. The redshirt freshman at right guard, Mateo Rodriguez.
Yeah, watch number 70, Rodriguez, on the left side right there at the right guard spot. Just flinches a little bit. There's a big penalty. You're at 1st down and 5, ahead of the sticks. Got all the play calls in the world. Backed right up to 1st down and 10. Got to clean that up on offense.
Kadarius Callaway has been a masher. He's become the primary back. Ball in his belly. Right into the pile. A great push by the Bears. Only a yard there.
Logan Fife's really a high-level processor for this New Mexico State offense. David Yost, offensive coordinator, puts a lot on the quarterback. He's changing things in the line of scrimmage. Fife really has to manage a lot of this game. It's all about taking care of the football and getting the ball out quick to guys like TK King.
2nd down and 9. And there's a quick hitter. The crossing look to Gavin Harris, the tight end you highlighted. And it looks like he's right near the 1st down marker, just shy.
That's what Gavin Harris is really good at. Put him in the slot, and he's such a big body. Watch how much bigger he is than this defensive back. Just block him off with your body, catch the ball, secure it through contact. Nice job by Gavin Harris.
Extra tight end is in, and Lucas Unger. They only need less than a yard. Fife likely to launch himself. He does, right into the pile. And it looks like he's got it. Spot is right around the marker. Bears claiming they denied, but the Aggies say they have it. And with that spot, I think they do. And it will be a 1st down.
Yeah, right here, they brought in the little Philadelphia Eagles with a little tush push. And they just barely got the 1st down. Good movement up front to get this 1st down for New Mexico State.
There's David Yost.
Right now, we had a great conversation with him. We talked about attacking the boundary. Let's see what he dials up here on this play.
Slot motion from Harris. Inside run for Callaway, and there is nothing there. They have stuffed the interior well early. That's only a half yard.
So New Mexico State run game has really struggled throughout the season, but last week against Liberty had their best game on the ground. The offensive line has started to come together, but so far in this game, on this drive, they've been stuffed running the football. This run game has to get going because it puts their quarterback, Logan Fife, then in favorable positions where he can push the ball down the field on 2nd and 3rd down and short.
And last week, their only 100-yard game of the year took their per-game average up 15 a game. Already 6 games in. Now needing 9 on 2nd down. Callaway has a little space and shows some shiftiness as he earns the 47. So he's able to pick up about 6. Kanye Young was there. That's the volume number they showed at Liberty that goes beyond that.
Yeah, and the run game for New Mexico State's gotten better because the offensive line made some adjustments. B.J. Tolo moved from right guard to center. He's playing really good football. It's allowed Callaway, their running back, to have some really good games over the last 2 weeks, averaging almost 5 yards a carry.
Second best in Conference USA on 3rd down, but looks like we'll get a timeout first. A flag here. A second offside on the drive on the Bears defense.
Yeah, these plays right here that you never want. You're just giving up 3-5 yards on the 3rd and 5. You have the opportunity to get off the field. Just a mistake on the defensive side of the ball, giving up 5 yards there.
Devin Rutherford, not just 5, it also means a 1st down. So here's 1st and 10. Motion from Sean Brown. Bears showing man. Fife loaded up. He launches. Deep shot for Fappel. And flag. Thomas Anderson, the high school quarterback, was matched up with him. And laundry on the field. What'd you see, Patrick?
Yeah, defense was just in a panic mode. as we get the replay here, see what the flag is. Obviously, we know what the flag is.
Well, took a big shot. Now some extra tight ends are jogging onto the field.
Yeah, as you see the defensive back right now, just kind of horse-collared him. Just got there right before the ball arrived. Easy call, defensive pass interference.
What's the DB supposed to do there? Is he...
Honestly, he was already beat. The receiver did a great job of stacking him, so he was pretty much in a losing
All you can do is get the PI.
Double tight ends to the left. And a quick hitter. Tip ball picked off. Intercepted. Up the sideline. Only the quarterback in front of him. And help from behind, gets tamed at the 20. Picked off by McGuire-Neal on a tip ball. Jordan Dunbar with active hands knocked it in the air, and McGuire got his first pick of the campaign.
Jordan Dunbar does an awesome job. He reads the quarterback. The receiver runs a stop route, breaks up the ball. O'Neal does a great job running to the ball. When you run to the ball, great things happen. And he running down the sideline, trying to get in the end zone. And Five did a great job of stopping that almost touchdown. But what a job here on the outside by Dunbar.
I thought that was close to being pass interference. Dunbar got there a little bit early. The refs don't throw the flag. Huge play in this ball game, and a really nice job by Neal of making a play after you get the interception to flip this field.
So now the Bears officially at the 21, out of the pistol. Off the play fake, the fire, a little behind his man, incomplete. Not a pretty look to James Blackstrain, left him rather prone. Coverage there from Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown has been around the ball a lot early.
It's a really tough throw for Jacob Clark to make, rolling out to his left with the bad knee, having to reset his feet, that time inaccurate on the throw. I'd like to keep him rolling out to his throwing hand, keep him in the pocket, given that he's nursing the injury.
Do you expect pressure from the Aggie defense?
Yeah, I think you got to heat Jacob Clark up. You know he's banged up. You got to make him throw the ball quickly and move around the pocket.
And he throws it away, picked off right in the chest of Nathan Mitchell. His second pick of the year. And this is a wild start in Las Cruces.
What you can do, I can do better. Mitchell makes a play for this New Mexico defense, get his offense back on the field. What an awesome play. New Mexico State.
We'll step aside, turnovers on each side. Chaos can happen in weekday CUSA. New Mexico State. Logan Fife with a couple of big tight ends on that left side. Has Dijon Stanley getting his first look. He rumbles to the inside of the defense and gets a good chunk for about 5 as we revisit the last turnover.
And as we look at this interception right here, like I said, Mitchell does a great job of reading the eyes. It was in the quarters defense, too high safety, ran a double slant, so he pretty much was a free player and got a free pick.
We have another flag here. Don't see that often. Late hit by the offense after the play.
So Rodriguez, the right guard, his second penalty of the day. Man, that's a huge 15-yard penalty for the offense. Puts you at second down and first down at 25. See 70 right here. Yes. I didn't see much there. I'm not sure what the flag was for, but that's a big call in this game.
Well, second down, flag on the snap again. And it'll be movement. And this time it's Florian Stahler, the left tackle. Young man from Germany who transferred from Towson, did not begin football until he was 13 years old.
And this is one of the things Coach Sanchez brought up in our meeting. Playing clean football, not shooting themselves in the foot. Right now, 2 huge penalties, making it 2nd and 25.
Especially after your defense gets a huge turnover in this game. You got to play complimentary football and put a drive together to keep momentum.
Slot motion. Fife throws it back. Stanley helped out of bounds. Chipped out of play at around the 24. Able to get 7. Thomas Anderson helped him out there. It's now 3rd and long. What do you do?
You got to find your playmaker, TK King. down the seam. I mean, right here, it's third down and long. You got a veteran quarterback. I think you trust him to throw the football here. You don't just run the ball and reserve the right to punt. You throw the football here and try to get a big play to keep momentum.
King has the most receiving yards in Conference USA since making his season debut a couple of games ago. Fife finds Papel, and he's immediately contacted by Neal, who had the pick earlier, denied at the 25. They only get 2, and the punt unit will trot out.
And that's just great heads-up play, because this Missouri State defense, understand, is third and long. It's only so many options that you have as an offensive coordinator. Screen draw is definitely up on the list, and right now we just saw that was a screen. Neal did a great job of rallying to the ball and getting tackled.
Dash Luke return man at his own 35. He's averaging about 8 a punt return this year. Higher snap, clean kick by Dean. That's got good hang. And it plops north of the 40 and skips out of bounds at around the 37. We'll step aside. 7-0. Bears with the lead late stage of the first quarter.
USA.
Just introduced a new AD, Joe Fields, who was an all-conference safety in his Syracuse days, time in the league with the Panthers. Massive change here from Jacob Clark. Ramon Green Jr. is in the backfield, gets the ball in his belly, gets first contact near the line of scrimmage, and he gets a little more than a yard.
Missouri State offense has to be able to establish the run in this football game. First interception last drive since September 13th. So you got to put your quarterback in good positions. And right now, New Mexico State's playing a lot of too-high safety looks, which means they have a light box. Got to run the football in this ball game. See the 2 safeties up here? That means it's a light box to run the ball.
Clark out of the gun, off the play fake. Led his man a little long in violent collision on Askren, who had the touchdown earlier. He earns around the 40. He's able to pick up 3.
When you talk about that too-high safety, we had the opportunity to talk to Coach Morris, and he liked to have that in there every once in a while and to give the quarterback a different look. And that's what he's going to have to do on third down to continue to keep his defense rolling the way they are right now.
Yeah, I think on third down, New Mexico State, Joe Morris, defense coordinator, got to load the box. Show different looks to Jacob Clark right here.
Empty here on 3rd and 6. Play clock down to 7. Press shown on the near side. Blocked left. Quick slant, tipped and incomplete. Armand Hale with the tight defense, able to help slap that away. There is a flag.
Now that looks like pass interference from up here. What do you think, Patrick? Looked like he got a hand in there. Hale.
He got there a little bit too early. Let's see.
The ball be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Yeah, Hale just got here a little bit too quickly. Does a great job of trying to. Oh yeah, he got him in, get him inside on top of the shoulder pad. Easy call for the ref, especially from the vision that he had.
Now for this Missouri State offense, you get a big first down after the penalty near midfield. I'd like to see him take a shot right here. Push the ball down the field, loosen this defense up, and get it to one of your playmakers. Dash Luke in the slot, push it down the field.
That last pass was intended for Jamari Robinson, who was sat last week for a violation of team rules. He has had a storied career off a play fake. Flick it out to the back in Green. He catches a lot of passes, evaded the first hit, spins out of bounds a half-yard shy. Armand Hale was part of the pair.
Well, they were looking for the shot down the field, but a good job by Jacob Clark knowing it's not there. Veteran play to take your check down to the running back. Green in the flat. Reserve the right to play second down. Heads up play by Jacob Clark.
Now, could you see the real shot here on second down at a little more than a yard? Ronell Johnson slot left. A couple of big bodies on the right side. Clark to Green, and he's easily able to navigate the inside. Earns the 41. He gets 5 for a first.
It's a really nice job by this Missouri State offensive line. Watch the tight end number 88, Askren, come around, who had a touchdown. Good job by the middle of this offensive line. Nice hole. A good job using movement at the line of scrimmage, pulling the offensive lineman, getting the big guys running in space.
Working out of the gun here on 1st and 10. Press shown on the top of the screen to the left. That's where Clark looks. Pocket holding well. Fire middle. Tip ball. Hot potato brought in. That's Nathan Mitchell with his second pick of the game. He gets swallowed up by a sea of Bears, and the ball at the 23.
Nathan Mitchell again. When you run to the play, you got eyes on the quarterback. This defense did a great job of disguising. They had two high safeties, and they end up rolling to one high. As you see right here, confused Clark a little bit. All you need the quarterback is to hold the ball for that tenth of a second longer. That he did. Guys running to the ball. Middle of the field safety, Nathan Mitchell again with a big-time play for this New Mexico State defense.
Well, what did Joe Morris, defensive coordinator, share? He said he's the guy. He makes the whole secondary go, and he has, in a huge way, the architect of the takeaways.
I tell you right now, this is only the first quarter. He has 2 interceptions. I think he is the guy that makes this defense go.
And now we'll see what the Aggie offense can do down a score. Penalties and turnovers have created chaos throughout this first quarter. Motion from Terrion Graves. Fife out of the pistol, 4-man rush, pocket holds, left side, and a flag. Contact from Thomas Anderson, who was matched up with Brody Malone Bradford.
Like another defensive pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense number 14. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Is there a common thread? What is missing in technique on these PIs?
This one right here, I thought this was pretty good technique. The ball was kind of uncatchable in my opinion. So he could have got away without this being a defensive pass interference. But the referees thought that it was catchable. Pass interference call was called.
Patrick, you think Anderson there has to play the ball a little bit better? Make a play up on the football to avoid the pass interference?
Yeah, you do, but at the end of the day, that was a tough opportunity to play the ball because of how the ball was thrown.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a back shoulder throw. So therefore, at that moment, you have to kind of play through the receiver.
Well, Tim Brantley getting some fluids here. The athletic trainers around him. He's able to walk off the field under his own power. You know, one thing that stood out significantly to David Yost, the Aggies play caller, was the size of Ryan Beard's defensive front. He said it was the biggest unit that they've seen all season.
Yeah, because this Missouri State defense is so big, I think for David Yost, offensive coordinator for New Mexico State, you got to get the ball in space. TK King yet to touch the ball in this game. He's the best player probably on this football field. Number 12 has to get involved in this offense.
Already 9 penalties between the two teams. Callaway trying to knife right through the middle. Forward progress, bit of a rugby push. Earns the 45.5. Able to get about 7.5 to nearly 8.
And that's what they're going to need out of this run game. Uh-oh. The helmet comes off.
And that means that Kadarius Callaway has to come off the field for the play.
But yeah, this is what this New Mexico State offense needs. Those tough, gritty yards, making this more manageable in third and second down. This could possibly be a free down right here, taking a shot down the field, but we'll have to wait and see.
We are through one quarter of play. It's been a wild start. 7-0 Missouri State with the lead. Aggies on the drive. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. Proudly presented by Kadarius Callaway, the deep man for New Mexico State. And this push breaks the plane for the first, earns the 49. So a fresh set of downs. Now, so far, we've seen the quarterbacks, fellas, protected reasonably well. These teams rank 1-2 for the most sacks allowed in Conference USA. What are you seeing in pressure?
Yeah, you haven't seen much pressure from New Mexico State, which is surprising. And Missouri State is one of those teams that don't send too much pressure, but they do a great job believing in the front four, their front four guys on that defensive line.
Fife out of the gun, off the play fake. Deep shot separation, too long, incomplete. He overshot Donovan Fappel, their leading pass catcher, by grabs and yards.
It's a really good route by Fappel. Watch Fappel reach out here, almost gets there. Man, off the fingertips. Logan Fife, got to give your receiver a chance to make a play on the football. You love to underthrow a guy who's that open, then overthrow him so he can at least make a play on the ball.
That's the one Fife definitely is going to want back because he caught them in the right defense in the cover 2 and just threw the ball out of his reach.
On second down, empty. What a pass. Perfect to Terrion Graves, who carries the load of the 37 for a first. Tripped up there by McGuire Neal, able to pick up a dozen.
It's a good job by Logan Fife. This is where Fife is at his best. When the ball's out of his hand quickly. That's 2 seconds after he catches the snap. He's firing that football. Accurate throw that allows his receiver to run after the catch. Big time play by Logan Fife.
This is the first offensive rhythm we've really felt on either side in the game. TK King in motion. You've been calling for him. He sets up the stack left. Off the play fake. There's the fire to King. Gets that first block. Showing the shake. A second block. And he's got a first down. They're in the red zone again, right at the 20.
It's a nice play call by David Yost to get TK King an easy touch. Watch the perfect throw by Fife. It's accurate, which allows King to turn upfield. There's Fapel, number 5, getting a good block on the perimeter, blocking for his teammate. Watch this route right here, Patrick. It's really a screen route to King with Fapel blocking the whole way. See Fapel's right there, getting the block on the perimeter. Good play after the catch.
First down and 10, just outside of the 20. Motion from Gavin Harris. And the inside driving run, the shoulder dropped for Callaway. Able to bulldoze to the 17 and a half, so it gets about 3 there.
Yeah, TK King have been very quiet in this first quarter, but this is why you want to get the ball in his hand, because he's very, very dynamic with the ball in his hands, very elusive, hard to get on the ground, dynamic player.
Aggies trying to go to 4-0 at home for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Tony Sanchez played here as a wide receiver, cut his teeth as a coach, as a student assistant. Isaiah Ruddison coming in, sidecar left. First action for the 3rd-string running back. Does that mean pass? Oh, it means a little handoff to King. Looping on the outside, takes the hit at the 7, gets chipped out of the 5. McGuire Neal with the fierce shoulder and the misdirection streak by TK King.
It's another great touch for TK King. Watch King from the slot come around in motion and take the reverse. It's a good job using King in space. Watch King right here. He starts in the slot. Here's King. He's going to come around here. Nice job just catching the ball and then blocking downfield. King finds a way to pick up a first down. Nice play call.
13 yards. King does not yet have a collegiate touchdown catch. Ruddison inside. Breaks the play and touchdown. First of the year for the redshirt junior from El Paso.
Yeah, this was a touchdown and a drive that the New Mexico offense needed. Running the ball behind their offensive line, and Ruddison gets in the end zone finally to get 6 points on the board.
Watch the offensive line here for New Mexico State, getting some push at the line of scrimmage. Nice run by Ruddison. That's an efficient drive for this offense. You get TK King involved, move the chains a little bit, Logan Fife's in rhythm, and then run the football once you're in the red zone.
Now Ryan Hawk to try to tie it. And the extra point is good. A little misdirection, a greater sense of rhythm. And with the 3rd string back in, the first score of the night to draw even for the Aggies.
Dan Mullen, they keep winning.
And now Hawk set to kick. To the 15, to the 20. And dropped a little short of the 30-yard line. Brought back there by Jamarie Robinson. And there is Wave, the wonder dog, a fixture of the last few campaigns here with the Aggies. He retrieves the tee after each of the New Mexico State kicks.
Hey, you know what? I am a dog guy. I have a Belgian Malinois, and I wish I could teach him how to do this.
That was really good athleticism.
That
right?
was.
Good change of direction. Short area quickness by the dog.
I wonder what the combine numbers might be. The next level might come calling. Jacob Clark, couple of picks have marred his start. And he throws another incomplete. Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown tried to cup it just above the field. It was off target for Ronell Johnson, and he was staring him down the whole time.
Now, this is honestly a good throw by Jacob Clark. Just because he threw the ball in the ground, the corner did a nice job of baiting it up. Played like a little trap coverage. As a corner right there on the outside, Rodriguez-Brown just waiting on him.
Missouri State's got to get back to the run game here. Get in front of the sticks. Keep Jacob Clark out of straight drop back. It should be run game and play action.
Pressure comes. He felt the blitz. He finds Askren, his tight end, who's fairly quickly tripped up by Torrey Gathers, who's filled in well for the injured Tyler Martinez. They get to around the 33, gain of 5.
It's a good tackle in space by Torrey Gathers. The middle linebacker for this New Mexico State defense can run sideline to sideline. That time, step by step with the tight end from Missouri State. Nice play by Gathers.
3rd and 5, Ramon Green Jr., the better pass-catching running back, is in. Clark sat the last 6 quarters and 2.5 weeks. They were off last week. Their last game was 14 days ago. He was hurt just before half. The week before that against Western Kentucky. Play clock at 5. Clark needs 5. Twist is on. And a pass knocked down, incomplete. Sone Alpio, the backer with coverage over the middle, slaps it away to force a punt.
Man, I tell you, this New Mexico State defense has Jacob Clark guessing right now. They showed him man defense, and they end up bouncing out into a zone coverage defense. Having a guy in the middle of the field, right when in the sight of Jacob Clark, what a great play.
Now you can feel the momentum shifting in this game. When could we see Deuce Bailey if there's such inconsistency with Clark? McDonald gets the punt off. TJ Pride, muffs were an issue last week. Clean grab. And only about 3-4 yards there on the try to run it back, and he's driven down out of bounds. Tied at 7. The Aggies offense back to the field after that 53-yard punt. Quarterback for the Aggies has had a bit of a journey, and he has seen Missouri State. They matched up in the opener last year, 5 of 7, 90 yards. It was a 29-24 Montana win. Missouri State was beginning to transition, was ineligible for postseason play, but still playing a high-level FCS schedule. Montana, a perennial power itself at that level. He began at Fresno State with some similar pass concepts that carried with him to Montana that have aided him in acclimating to the Aggies.
And when you have a guy like Logan Fife in your program with all the experience he has, as you see right here, it gives a lot of confidence to your offense to say, we have a guy who is well-traveled, has played a lot of college football. He's a guy in that huddle. Everyone looks at him and says he can figure it out when things go wrong on offense.
As OC David Yo said, what he did best, making decisions in the RPO game. Oh, and it put on the ground. The double handoff blows up dramatically. Dijon Stanley just could not corral. That'll be a loss of 12 back to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's 2 mishandles right now from this New Mexico State offense. Actually, no, that's 1. Missouri State had one earlier. But right now, I would like to see these guys settle down. Settle down, get into their offense. Fife right now is filling it from that last drive. Get back and get settled in.
And I don't think that's the place to run that reverse to TK King. You're already backed up. Run the football on the ground inside the tackles. Move the chains, then run that trick play and try to get the ball to TK King.
So now in his own end zone, Fife on 2nd down at 22. Stanley. As Submarines and pounds to the 8. Able to get 3. Jalen Brooks part of the stop there, who had a huge game last time out, 9 tackles against Middle Tennessee.
And also talking about that play, we had the opportunity to talk to Coach Yotes. He talked about not having 3 and outs because that ended up flipping the field position. Right now it's 3rd and long. That mishandle on that last play put him in a tough situation. Let's see what he dials up here in his long.
3rd down and long here, Patrick. I think you're backed up. You got to just hand the football off or throw a screen pass on the perimeter. Too risky right here against this Missouri State defense to push the football down the field backed up.
3-man front with wide splits, the inside run. And they get a small chunk back nearly to the original line of scrimmage. That'll be to the 16, gain of 8 and 4th down.
Now, if I'm Missouri State head coach Ryan Beard, I'm coming after this punt with everything I have. It's backed up at the 16-yard line. A great time to go after the block right here and try to cause a big play in this ballgame.
Number 15 from Missouri State is number 92.
Ronell Johnson, the return man. Clean punt by Dean. Johnson from his 35. Surrounded, hounded, only a couple of yards. We'll step aside. Solid field position. We'll have Laundry first. Another flag. A 49-yard punt. But the first flag we've seen in a bit. This will be the 10th penalty of the game between the two teams.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 35. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
And now we'll step away. Now this game here tied at 7. The stats are almost identical. Total yardage separated by 1. Receiver motion. Jacob Clark had a man middle. Goes over top on a crossing look and hard harm for James Blackstring. Gets spun down after he earns a couple by Sone Apiu.
Missouri State offensive coordinator Nick Petrino here. I think you got to think about getting Deuce Bailey involved in this ball game. Your backup quarterback, Jacob Clark's thrown 2 interceptions. He's dealing with a knee injury. And Deuce Bailey looked really good last week against Middle Tennessee. Led this Missouri State team to the win. Brings a new dynamic to the offense. See the last 3 possessions, 2 interceptions and a punt from Missouri State.
Clark considered by some perhaps the best quarterback in program history for the Bears, but he doesn't quite look the same early tonight. A big hole on the left side and a bulldoze hit. Oh, one harm trucking Nick Session for a first down. A fierce finish by Shamari Lawrence.
Watch this run by Shamari Lawrence. It's a great job using his vision here to cut it up inside. But watch the finish. As soon as contact is made, Shamari Lawrence delivers the blow. Look at him keep his feet driving and pick up the first down. Big time physical run by Shamari Lawrence.
And that's what Coach Paterno want to see anyway, moving forward. His offensive line said his offensive line had one of the worst games in a long time last week.
Off the play fake. Tip ball incomplete. Active hands there as Burnock Aya flashed in.
It's a good play here by Burnock Aya, knocking this ball down. When you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up in the air and calls a deflection. Nice play by the nickel.
Clark having a hard time at this game start. Now trying to change things up. He's the most efficient passer in Conference USA. Reposition Lawrence. Only a 3-man front. They bring 1 extra. Pressure comes. Down the left side, overshot Jamari A. Robinson with strong coverage from Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown. He has had a nose for the ball all night.
He has, and this defense from New Mexico State finally heated up Jacob Clark. As you see right now, number 6 coming right up the teeth of his offense, and another throw just outside of his receiver's reach in order to complete that pass.
3rd down and long here. New Mexico State needs to show pressure to Jacob Clark. Walk up the linebackers and make Jacob Clark deal with a muddy picture at the line of scrimmage. Let's look at where Torrey Gathers, number 12, lines up. There he is at the line of scrimmage from that middle linebacker spot.
Clark out of the gun. Play clock down to 3. Hard cadence. Splits is on. Clark steps into it. Tight coverage. Out of bounds. Incomplete.
Right now, Rodriguez-Brown is having a day. Tight coverage on the outside. Ran a nice little out route. Ran it all the way. Did a great job playing through the receiver's hands as he gets a breakup and a key play on his 3rd down.
I like the call by defensive coordinator Joe Morris of showing that pressure at the line of scrimmage, bringing a blitz, block, drop in the defensive end, so it really creates a difficult picture for Jacob Clark to figure out.
What are we seeing out here in this punt?
Just trying to catch him off guard here. And now they're getting back into a normal formation.
McDonald to kick, Pride the return man at his own 15. And there's a flag down all the way back where Pride was standing. And play clock was 0.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
I mean, that's just getting too cute, right? Showing that funky formation, and then you take a penalty? Were they looking for something that they could run a play to get the first?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the guys came out a little bit late to show that funky formation, but the 5-yard here don't hurt you. You know, you're still going to punt the ball off here. At the end of the day, you never want to lose 5 yards, but it's not going to hurt you here in this situation.
It is now those 7 penalties on the Bears. That's what they average, third most in Conference USA in a game. And we still have 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Pride, as that one does not go very far, and then angles out of bounds just north of the 35. Now we'll mark it right around the 40. We'll step aside. Great field position for the Aggies. Tie game. New Mexico State has some momentum. Go ahead, throw one back. TK King in motion. Now the run game for Callaway. And he's able to knife to the 42, so he gets about 4. Kanye Young disrupts him there. But while we were away, Adam, you were talking about the edict that you had for the play calling here.
Yeah, I think for New Mexico State here, they've really hurt themselves when they've been behind the sticks, these self-inflicted wounds. So I like them running the football on first down, getting in favorable positions for second down and third down.
Blitz shown on each side. And Fife calmly uses cadence. He's got 15 on the play clock. He's going to change formation. Brings everyone tight. That includes Gavin Harris, his tight end, who we found in the early stage of the game. On second down, quick hitter. Behind his man a bit. Fierce hit by Thomas Anderson. As he popped Fapel tight to the sideline. He'll be, looks like just short.
Yep, as we saw Fight up there making it audible, as we saw Coach O.C. Yotes give him all the confidence in the world to make those changes at the line, to put his receivers in the best position possible to try to pick up a first down, but a little bit short.
Third down, and this will be closer to 2. It's about 1.5 yards. Out of the pistol, Callaway, the deep man.
I think you got 2 downs here if you're New Mexico State to get a first.
Tight end Unger motion. Safety cheats up, and Neal now fades back. On the ground, he's got it and more. Callaway. Anderson shoves him out of bounds as he picks up the first in a big way.
It's a really good block by Ungar. Watch the tight end here coming across on the line of scrimmage. Nice block by Ungar, knocking down the low block on the defensive end. It opens up that hole for the running back Callaway right inside. Big time block by the tight end. Nice block. Love the tight end being physical, Patrick.
No doubt about it.
23 yards. And now a fresh set of downs. Kind of waiting for one of these teams to grab firmer control of the game. Fife checking down. Feels the pressure. He's on the roll. He fires sideline. Knocked down looking for King. But strong coverage out there. And we have a flag down near the line of scrimmage. McGuire Neal was in coverage.
There's no foul on the play.
So what are you guys thinking?
Here, what is this? 2nd and 10. Offense is moving pretty good right now. I think he'd have to keep it in Fife's hands. He's getting rid of the ball nicely. He's in rhythm. I'm looking for them right now to find King or Fapel.
He's had 7 completions to 5 different targets. Jackson Owens in motion. Stanley is checked in at running back. Off the fake, Fife keep, and he shoulders the defender. The quarterback, Runkle, he gets 6 as he just stiffed Christian Ford.
It's a good read by Logan Fife here on the zone option. Defense crashes inside, and Fife keeps it himself. Watch the end of this run by Fife. Lowers his shoulder, great physicality. When you have a quarterback who runs the football like that, it invigorates your entire offense and fires them up, gives them some confidence.
2 of 4 on third down. Let's see if that fire carries on third down. They're already in field goal range. Stanley is the running back. They need 4 for a first. Fife, lob left. That's good for the first down. And a shoulder out of play. Fapel gets the grab. His team leading 4th. Anderson bounced out of bounds.
Yeah, right there. Just an easy pickup on the outside. Coach talked about attacking his team in the boundary. As we saw Fapel right there, just running a nice, easy 5 yards and out, picking up the first down for this New Mexico State offense.
Couple of tight ends in Parks and Unger. They're a big duo on the right side. They get rearranged. Inline left, wing right. Stanley, that purposeful pause and then the burst. And he earns around the 17. That'll be a gain of 3.
This feels like a really good area for David Yost, offensive coordinator, to get TK King a touch. In the red zone, you got to think players and not plays. And TK King comes off the field right now, which I don't love. And these second down, you're in the red zone, got to keep your best players on the field.
And he doesn't look very happy either.
Put me in, coach.
And Kadarius Callaway's hand signaling to the sideline. He seemed a little confused himself. Motion from Owens. Defender Anderson goes with him late. Off the clap. The fire right there, and it's dropped. Incomplete. He saw that space for Owens. I wonder if there was miscommunication for the Bears. Anderson didn't go with him at first.
Yeah, it looked like a little miscommunication right there. But Jackson Owen, he has to look this ball in. Just a routine catch. As a head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers used to always say, make the routine plays routinely, and that was a routine play right there.
So 3rd and 7. 3 of 5 on 3rd down. Single back, 4 wide.
You got the great tight end, Gavin Harris, at the top of the screen, split out. It's been so good on these 3rd down situations all season.
King into the slot, looking left. Fife pressured, he's hit, he's brought down and sacked at the 31. Devon Townley Jr. living in the backfield. The Penn State transfer, a loss of 14.
It's a big-time pass rush by Devon Townley. Watch him right here. Work the left side of the offensive line using the speed. Look at the spin move. That's a great athletic play by Devon Townley. You see the power 4 Minnesota transfer who's got great athleticism making a play.
Now that's a big sack, as we're going to have the 2-minute timeout here. It's going to push Hawk back, and there's reason that could have some concern.
Devon Townley with the sack on 3rd down, then the blocked field goal on 4th. What a player.
It's now Clark on 1st down. Put it in a great spot, but Dash Lou couldn't bring it in. Josiah Charles was in the area along with Quincy Davis, incomplete. I mean, have you seen that? A D-end make a clean, great sack and then block the field goal on the next play?
Yeah, right now he's playing with his hair on fire. Great 2 plays from Lawrence.
You can see the talent that had him at Penn State, was a big-time recruit out of high school, so explosive.
Clark stepping out of it. Now he's tripped up and he's sacked. Eaten up in the backfield by Ezra Christensen, the best man up front for the Aggies.
It was Gabe Peterson who got the pressure first. Watch 16 left side of the screen, forces Jacob Clark to get up in the pocket, and Ezra Christensen cleans it up for the sack.
Timeout, New Mexico State.
A loss of 4. Aggies call timeout with 3rd and 14 for the Bears. Headed your way at half, the Verizon halftime report. We'll go back to our New York studios. Kiana Martin, Aaron Taylor, Kevin Carter, Damian Harris. They'll break down the first half of this affair, plus deliver highlights and the rest of tonight's action and look ahead to the weekend. It all heads your way on the Verizon halftime report. So what are you thinking in terms of play calling and clock management here?
It was a really good use of a timeout by Tony Sanchez for New Mexico State. They want to get the ball back after that sack, stop the clock. If I'm Missouri State right here, it's 3rd down and long, Patrick. I think you just got to hand the football off or throw a screen and force New Mexico State to use that next timeout and punt the football away.
Yeah, screen draw definitely would be the call here. Unless they have the utmost confidence in Jacob Clark to really try to pick up this 3rd down. But for me, if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, I'm expecting screen and draw.
He's had 4 straight incompletions before that sack. Clark pressured again, and he's down again. Another sack delivered at the 19. That'll be a loss of 7. And there's a flag.
Timeout, New Mexico State.
No, a timeout called here.
30 seconds.
That'll freeze the clock at 1:30. 1 timeout left.
And right there, that's a big-time stop for this New Mexico State defense, just because of where we are in the state of this game. They have an opportunity. They just missed a field goal. The offense is getting the ball back. They have an opportunity to try to get some points before halftime.
So TJ Pride at his own 35 to return. McDonald to punt from his own 5. McDonald cleanly away. Pride coming forward. from the 44. And he stumbled just south of midfield. Supreme field position now with 1:22 to go until the break.
Now for New Mexico State offense here, key number one, you can't take a sack if you're Logan Fife. Cannot take a sack. Incompletion is okay. They have one timeout. You're not using that timeout until you're under 45 seconds on this clock. And right here, Patrick, it's short completions, get out of bounds, and then get your first down to get this drive going.
No doubt about it. I'm just a little bit surprised we don't see our guy TK King on the field. Most dynamic player they have on the offensive side of the ball for this New Mexico State team.
Callaway, the deep back. King watching on the sideline, White. Motion from Sean Brown. Fife. Lobs it out to Callaway. Can he get out of bounds? He does. And around the 37. So able to get about 15 for a first, 1:14 to go.
It's a really heads-up play by Callaway of knowing he can pick up the first down before he goes out of bounds. Gets every bit of yards he can after the catch there, and then stops the clock. Good veteran play by the running back.
A snap to come here at the 39. Fife has had clean rhythm. Motion again from Sean Brown. Fife one-on-one left side. Anderson defending. A wrestle for the ball.
Wow.
Donovan Fapel able to win that at the 5-yard line. That's taken away for a pick. Intercepted by Thomas Anderson.
What a play by Thomas Anderson down in the red zone. Again, keeping points off the board. Right here does a great job getting his eyes around. Oh, and it just literally felt right in his hands. Propel kind of helped him to capture that ball.
Propel catches that ball into Anderson's chest.
What a play by Thomas Anderson to keep points off the board again.
And it's a great job by Anderson of being physical there and ripping that ball away.
And what I love the most about that play is how he got his eyes back around and located the football. Nice play by Anderson.
It's now 1 minute, 5 seconds from the 5. Clark just 9 of 18 passing. They have to get the change set. I don't think they realized the turnover.
Yeah, if you're Missouri State here, you got 3 timeouts, a minute left still. I think if you get a first down here, then you go on offense, you play fast. If you don't have success on first and second down, you're just running the football and going to half.
It's been turnover city. A turnover here could be disaster. Clark finds his target. And a swing out of bounds as Tristan Gardner gets one of his first looks. He'll be short.
Now that you get that completion, I'd be comfortable if I'm offensive coordinator going here. Nick Petrino, it's okay to throw the football now that we got out of the backed up situation on the goal line.
Yeah, I agree. Now that they have a little bit more space, the 2nd and 1 right here, pick up this first down. It opens up the playbook a little bit more for this Missouri State offense.
Less than a minute, 3 timeouts, 2nd and 1. A lower snap. Clark goes middle. That's dangerous territory. Ronell Johnson to grab. First down to the 21. Stopped there by Nathan Mitchell. Gets 7.
Got to snap this ball quickly.
And they get the change set. Clock running. Clark middle again to Johnson. Incomplete. In heavy traffic. That'll freeze the clock, but they lost a lot more time. Now 39 seconds.
Yeah, now after this next play, if it's a completion, you got to start using your timeouts. Under 45 seconds is usually the rule for head coaches on these 2-minute drives. You don't use your timeouts until you're under that 45-second mark.
Yusuf Obeid has hit a field goal from as long as 49 in his career. They're just going to put it on the ground. Lawrence showing some shiftiness, but that kind of raises the white flag there. Gets only 3 to the 25.
I'm surprised by that call by Ryan Beard. You got 3 timeouts. You got a chance to get into field goal range. Just going to take this game to half now.
I mean, honestly, he probably had what happened in the last drive in the back of his head.
Yeah, don't want to turn the football over. That'd be the worst thing possible, but you do have a veteran quarterback.
We'll get a timeout first. New Mexico State will call its last timeout with 7 seconds.
Timeout, New Mexico State. That's their third. 30-second. Please reset the game clock to 10 seconds.
Because that makes sense, right? You could create a turnover. You know, you could get a punt block if that were to come down to it. You would imagine they're going to keep the ball on the ground here to get the clock going, but there have been some other odd decisions.
Yeah, 100%. I expect them to keep this ball on the ground just because of what happened last series. Jacob taking those 2 sacks, get themselves out of position to really drive the ball down the field. I could see them just keeping this ball on the ground, getting into halftime, regrouping, and coming back out. See what they can do.
I don't know. I mean, you got 3 timeouts if you're Missouri State. It was 2nd down. And again, you got one of the best quarterbacks in school history in Jacob Clark. He hasn't played well, but it's a tie ball game. I'm surprised they ran the football there on 2nd down. They're going to go into half with 3 timeouts in their pocket.
Now Clark and company trips left. 10 seconds. And they are going to throw. Clark goes middle to Green. He's trying to get to the sideline. No, he's going to get swung down to the 35. 1 second. Torrey Gathers denies him there. And deep enough for a touchback. Well, Logan Fife has had a far prettier day, 9 of 14, but does have also 2 interceptions.
Yeah, coming out of halftime right now, Coach Oates, he's always he told us about not having 3 and out just because of what it does to the field position. So let's see if these guys can come out on the offensive side of the ball, start fast, stay from behind the sticks to move this ball up and down the field.
New Mexico State's had success running the football. Kadarius Callaway averaging 6 yards a carry. I'd like to see him keep it on the ground here, establish the run in the second half.
They're dead last at running in the FBS. Crossing look there for Donovan Fappel. He has been the favorite target. He earns 8 on first down. Gets tripped up there by Thomas Anderson.
And this is when Fife is at his best, when he's getting the ball out on time, in rhythm, and getting into his playmaker's hands.
And the Bears slow to get up. And that is Anderson, who had the pick in the first half on the crazy 50-50 ball that he was able to wrestle away at the 5-yard line, but then collapses back down into a squat as soon as he got off the field. Young man who was a quarterback in high school, spent a couple of years at Independence Community College of Netflix's Last Chance U fame. On 2nd and 2, out of the pistol. Motion from King. Fife off the play fake to King, and he's dropped as he grabbed the ball by Jordan Dunbar, who had the tip on the pick. That's the first of the 38, gain of 5.
It's a nice throw by Logan Fife right off the RPO, run pass option where you can hand that football off or throw it. But I also love the catch on the perimeter by TK King in space with a guy all over him, using the physicality to come down with it.
Now King's second grab of the game. Off the play fake, Fife harassed on the roll. And he tried to throw it away, and that was intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Dunbar. He seemingly tried to float it into the sideline and left it prone, and Dunbar takes it away. That's the 5th combined pick of the game.
Right here, this is a throw that you cannot make. He does a great job of escaping the pocket, escaping the rush, and now you have to just throw this ball away. Throw this ball where nobody can catch it, and he throws it right to Jordan Dunbar, as Jordan Dunbar is having a game of himself, having a PBU earlier, causing an interception, and now he got this interception for this Missouri State defense.
Yeah, it looked like from that angle, Dunbar got the foot in, nice shot. A great job by Dunbar being a receiver once the ball's in the air. You know, Patrick, sometimes the DBs, not the best hands back there, but great play by Dunbar securing the catch.
I don't like to say that about my fellow DBs. They all can catch.
Fife had 4 picks on his season. He has 3 tonight. Off the jet motion misdirection, Lawrence trying to pound on the inside, and the ground game only gains 2. Well, who would have known tight end and DB love would come from you two during the course of the game? And we did see the tight end Jaron Askren get the only touchdown catch of the game so far for Missouri State.
Now, really important drive here for Missouri State. Your defense gets a huge stop to start the second half. Need to put a drive together, get a couple first downs. I think you got to go back to the air with Jacob Clark and get Dash Luke involved in this ball game. Need points here off the turnover.
On 2nd and 8. Lawrence. And he earns the 47, able to get 3. So here's 3rd down and medium, about a 3rd and 5 coming. Panthers in Arpia with that denial.
From head coach Ryan Beard, you're in 4-down territory here. You don't need to pick it up on 3rd down. You can get the 4th down in 1 or 2. So I think you can still run the football here on 3rd down and 5.
They're clanging the cowbells. 2 of 5 on 3rd down. The Bears so far tonight. 2nd worst in the FBS on the year, 27%. Clark changing it up. Play clock down to 5. Play clock down to 1. He gets the snap. Pocket holding. He's flushed. He throws on the run. Complete in stride at the 30. And a hop out of bounds at the 20 by Ronell Johnson. Able to keep on hanging on.
Man, as a defensive back, this is one of the things that I hated when the quarterbacks had the extra time to find their receivers, because right now, the offensive play call is off. And now the receivers are running to get open, as you saw right there as a receiver creeps behind the defense to get wide open to pick up this 1st down.
By far the longest play of the game for the Bears, 33. What a job by the O-line to hold. A noticeable limp for Clark as he settles here, wearing that brace on the banged up left knee. Inside run, grinds for a couple. Burnock Aya stops. Tonight's Red Zone is brought to you by Verizon. The Bears have been ones. They have a TD. They're a little north of 50-50 on their year. Some defensive subs up front for New Mexico State. They look to put Ezra Christensen listed as a D tackle, sometimes outside as an edge man to generate pressure.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that is a wild card for this defensive line. Right now he's not in, but great player.
Motion from Robinson, split backfield. Off the fake. Pressure comes, unloads end zone, caught. Touchdown, brought in by Ramon Green Jr. They went split backfield. And New Mexico State says no catch. And Patrick Peterson, your hand signaling, you think he was out of bounds.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. I thought he was just out of bounds at the top of the route. Let's see what a throw by Jacob Clark here as you try to find Green in the back of the end zone. Yeah.
It looked like he got that foot down.
It's tight.
It's a great shot at it right here. He needs to have possession, which he has right there.
Oh, yeah.
It looks to me
He
like
put the right foot down.
That's a touchdown. The foot's in bounds. Again, he needs to secure this catch. So once it's secure, right there, right foot down, secures it. That's a touchdown.
This play of a catch for a touchdown is under review.
That is 18 yards. He is their 2nd leading receiver as a backup running back.
Man, that's a great job of Green of having the awareness of where you are on the sideline to get that right foot in bounds.
That is a receiver play right there by Green Jr. out of the backfield. Very athletic, like Adam said, understanding where he is in the field of play. Knowing that he don't have much real estate to deal with, just get that right foot down right before the left one lands out of bounds. Great catch.
Let's go back to it.
So first he needs to control this. So the question's going to become, does he have control when the foot comes down?
Look like the ball moves just a little bit right there. It's going to be tight.
Young man joined as a walk-on in 23. He was awarded a scholarship in spring of this year.
It looks to me like you got secured catch right there with the right foot in bounds. Now let's see if the ball is moving as Green secures it.
It is. It does look like it's moving just a little bit, but it might just not be enough evidence. This might stand.
The call on the field is a touchdown to me from what we just saw, Green makes possession of that, gets the right foot in bounds, and there's not enough to me to overturn this call on the field.
I'm with you.
I agree, Adam.
And I feel like that's nickel diming in a slow motion age. I mean, that's a football play. The young man went up.
And again, the ball is allowed to move as you're securing the catch, but it has to be secure.
Yes.
The ball, it's where there's actually securing of the football. And to me, when that right foot was down, Green had that secured against his chest. And that's a touchdown. Again, call on the field means there needs to be indisputable evidence to overturn this.
And honestly, that's why the referees are still looking at it right now, because it's that tight. Yeah. But I do not believe there is enough evidence to overturn this call.
The possession began on the pick by Jordan Dunbar, the big 33-yard grab by Ronell Johnson. And Clark, who's had a subpar start by his outstanding season and career standard, has had probably his two best throws of the night, bar none, back-to-back here on what stands currently as a touchdown drive. Will it hold up to review?
And that throw to Green by Clark was off of play action, where he's really at his best. When he's running the play fake, can stand in the pocket with time. That's when Clark's really efficient. You saw his very best on that throw. That was a perfect throw, Patrick.
It was.
Right in the back of the end zone.
A long look.
After review, the rule on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
It is a touchdown. Well, you called it, Adam.
Huge play in this ball game to start this second half. Great complementary football. You get a turnover on defense, go right down the field. What a job by Jacob Clark on that third down play to scramble and get an explosive and come right down with a great throw in the back of the end zone.
So now the point after from Obeid. Trying to make it a clean 7-point game. He had 46 straight until a miss last time out. And he converts. It all began with a pick, Patrick.
Yes, it did, and it was a nice play right here. Five makes a mistake and throws the ball back in the field of play to Dunbar. And right now, in the Missouri State offense does a great job of capitalizing. He rolls out, throws a dime to Green in the back of the end zone.
Feet on the year, trying to go 4-0 at home for the first time in almost 20 years. Obeid the boot. A touchback. Let's go back to the touchdown play.
It's a really nice call by Nick Petrino. Watch how they bring the running back to the right, and then here's Green going to go up the side on a wheel route. Watch how the defense flows with the swing route, and then Green sneaks out up the sideline. A perfect throw by Jacob Clark with a guy in his face in the back of the end zone. Really nice scheme. Look at this blocking by the offensive line.
And that they did a great job of blocking. Coach Nick Petrino talked about his offensive line play of last week, and boy, they made a big play right there to get that touchdown.
Aggies looking for response. Callaway able to pinball off, and then three defenders bowling ball into him. Only gets 1.5 yards. It'll be second and about 8. The first time in his life he's had 3 picks. He had 4 on the year entering the game, and the last one was bewildering. Thomas Anderson, who had limped off the field on the last defensive possession, is matched up on the near side with Brody Malone Bradford, who's been quiet. Low snap. And a quick hitter. Tumbling grab made at the 31. That'll be a gain of 4 for P.J. Johnson III. Contact there from Dunbar.
It's an important drive here for Logan Fife. After you throw an interception, how do you come back and respond? Can you stay composed? Just take a look at the last play. Good job securing the catch. Looks to me like the hands went underneath. But everyone's going to look at Logan Fife on this New Mexico State team. How does our quarterback respond? Does he still keep the faith? Do we still not panic on offense?
He brings everyone bunched tight. Fife finds Callaway. Hard, stiff arm, and then he volleys out of bounds right around the marker. Looks like they're going to have him at the 34.5. He's going to be just short by less than 1 yard. What do you do?
Oh, this is a gutsy call coming up here. 4th and 1 on your own side of the football. Callaway tried to have a nice stiff arm to get that 1 yard, but this is a gutsy call here. They're going to go for it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think here you keep your offense on the field. It's 4th down in inches. You're down 7 points. You got to get some momentum in this game. Believe in your offensive line here and tell them we got to be able to run the ball for 1 yard.
Bears one of the best in the FBS. They've only allowed 2 conversions on 7 tries by opponents on 4th down. Needing a yard, getting low. First wave is there. It'll depend upon the spot. He looks to be short. He looks to be just short by half the football. What a rocking hit for Cooper Roy and Kanye Young.
What a play by Kanye Young, Missouri State linebacker. Absolutely stonewalls this New Mexico State offense. Watch 44 right here, flying the screen. He makes a big stop, and Missouri State's got the football back.
Bears took advantage of a takeaway for a go-ahead score. Clark stepping up, spun around, and he is dropped for a loss. He'll be sacked at the 36.
Yeah, for me, going back to that last play of New Mexico State going for it, that was a little risky. I would have punted the ball off in that situation just because of what happened in that last drive. This game right now is going to come down to field position. And you want to be able to get in the right field position to be able to put points on the board and keep your defense out of trouble.
Vili Tuitama with that last sack. 2nd down and 12. 3 sacks for the Aggies, who have upped their total dramatically from a season ago. Lawrence goes deeper. Now gets the ball from Clark. Big blocks, a giant chasm on that right side. Flag is out. First hit made by Nick Session. Forward progress stalled to the 30, and some shoving after the play. Can feel the intensity flaring.
I think they're going to get holding on Missouri State offense.
Holding, defense number 96. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Cole Schnetgoki, Division II Quincy transfer.
Yeah, that's one flag that you normally don't see.
You don't see that much on a run play.
Often, yeah.
So what happens there is the defensive lineman is holding the offensive line from getting to the second level. So watch Schnetgoki here, middle of the screen, 96. Watch how he holds 71 right here. The right guard for Missouri State from getting to the linebacker. Took 2 guys with him, and that's what caused the flag.
First down at the 20. Bit of a low snap. Looking middle. Dangerous pass, threads the needle. The spinning catch into the sandwich contact. It'll be right near the marker for Dylan Hipp. Only the 2nd grab of the year for the redshirt freshman tight end. Gathers the stop.
Yeah, right now, Jacob Clark's right now willing and dealing, threading the needle after coming off a touchdown pass the last drive. Right now, he's in the zone. He's just feeling it right now.
Well, 2nd down and short. Blackstrain wide left. Johnson a big grab. Last possession, he is slot left. Tight end motion from Askren. To the outside, Lawrence. And he's got the first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 8.5, gain of about 3. Henry Davis, the 3rd part of the stop. You can just feel the breath that it feels the Bears have taken. With the turnover on the pick and the turnover on downs is created for Missouri State.
Yeah, the turnovers on down and definitely the turnovers, throughout the air. But this is still a must stop for this New Mexico State defense because you're still in the game. 6 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. You're going to stop here. You're only down 10.
Game has been Pick City. Dash Luke in motion. He's been quiet. Lawrence showing shake. Getting outside. Getting in. Touchdown. Flag out. And it looks like a hold. This is going to come back. You can see the pain on Lawrence.
Then they got the receiver up top.
Holding, offense number 11. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Makai Cope.
Yeah, that's just one of those plays, Makai Cope. Just shield him off. Hate to see points taken off the board here. As you see up top, number 11. Cope, he does a great job. Downfield. Just a little bit too much.
Man, I don't like that call. I don't know. I mean, Makai Cope's just blocking downfield.
It came from because the defensive back was trying to disengage, and the referee saw the hands inside of the shirt.
You got to let the guys play, man.
Yeah.
Look at you defending the defense, of course. Shocker.
Clark changing things up. Green is in at running back. And he has nowhere to go. Bottled up. It'll be second and goal. PU was there along with Jamal Thompson Jr., the outstanding DN, who's second on his team in tackles. That hardly ever happens on the D-line.
What a critical penalty that was in the ballgame. Missouri State walked in for a touchdown. Now you're going to stop on first down after the penalty. Second down right now. This New Mexico State defense needs a stop. I'd like to see him bring pressure here and get in the face of Jacob Clark, force him into a mistake right here.
Motion from Gardner, the outstanding freshman. Checking down off the pump. Clark back-footed, hammered, floats it up, dangerous, knocked down, tumbling. Incomplete. Henry Davis III had visions of a big man takeaway. It's third and goal.
Yeah, very, very dangerous throw right here. As we know, Jacob Clark came into this game nursing this knee injury, his left knee. You can see his mobility is not there. What a shot he took from Peterson. And a risky throw here, almost giving the ball back to this New Mexico State defense. Third down here, still have an opportunity to get off the field.
Takeaways created in bunches for the Aggies, top 15 of the country after being one of the worst in turnover margin a year ago. They go empty. And a timeout racing down the sideline. Beard couldn't get it in. Yes, he did. They got the snap off. Timeout
to the snap.
First.
Timeout, Missouri State. That's their first.
I mean, Ryan Beard was flying down the sideline.
Did you see it? That was like a 4-3.
He can still go get it.
I mean, he's only 36, so he still got the wheels.
And he was a DB in his Western Kentucky days.
There's Coach Beard, top left of the screen. Full-on sprint. I mean, he almost ran into the referee there. Had to put the foot in the ground and stop himself. Good change of direction by Coach.
You are right now. You got to expect this defense to be in quarters, so therefore you're going to have two high safeties protecting the goal line. You're going to have your cornerbacks outside protecting number one. So let's see what happens here.
They go empty. Clark pressured, spun around, he's sacked at the 15. Oh, the harassing pressure. The first hit from Henry Davis III, and then Tuitama, who had the sack earlier, wraps him up once more.
It's a gritty play by Tuitama. Just keeps working from his defensive tackle spot. Watch 54, he's middle of the screen, going against 71. Just spins back around, and after the first hit, finally gets to Jacob Clark. Great job by the coverage of this New Mexico State defense on the back end.
Cover sack, no doubt about it. They did everything that I thought they was going to do by protecting that goal line and leaving those corners outside one-on-one.
32-yard field goal try from Obeid, and it's good. Well, they get three. They make it a two-score game. The Bears by 10. A wild one in Las Cruces.
Hump day.
After settling for a field goal, the Aggies got a big denial of the touchdown on down and goal. A penalty that, as the kids would say, Adam, you call sus, was part of it.
Yeah, definitely a sus penalty. Missouri State walks in the end zone, gets called back. Last three possessions now for New Mexico State. 2 interceptions, a turnover on downs. They got to get back to running the football well on this drive, get ahead of the sticks. Callaway's running the ball for 6 yards a carry. Keep it on the ground right here and get ahead of the chains.
We're going to have Dijon Stanley in to begin this possession. Massive rearrangement of the defensive alignment by the Bears. Stanley off that right side. Grinding with push from that line to the 29. He gets 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Yeah, there were mistakes that marred the loss by only a field goal to Liberty. You guys rather familiar with that, got a great look at it. Came down to a field goal. Tony Sanchez cut up 12 bad plays to start his film review and try to impress upon his team the need to be cleaner. Empty on 2nd down. Fife is pressured. On the roll, back-footed, dropped, incomplete.
Yeah, right now, this Missouri State defense up front is getting out of Fife in this offensive line for New Mexico State. Really really causing some problems right now that he cannot really see the defense, see the field the way that he was in the first half. So this front four is really getting after it right now.
And now third down, Gavin Harris, New Mexico State tight end. Only one catch so far today. He's been so good all season on these third down situations at the top of the screen at the receiver spot.
Linebackers fade back. Each team 3 of 7 on third down. Fife stepping up, felt the pressure. Zigzags forward, and he flops down just around the 30. Contact there from Jalen Brooks, only a yard, and that felt like a rather disjointed possession.
Yeah, good job by DJ Westlock, number 7, right side there, making the rush that forces Logan Fife to step up in the pocket. A nice stop on third down by this Missouri State defense.
Hey, Adam, I'm wondering, what's up with TK King?
Yeah, TK King not on the field there on that third down.
The whole possession.
Ronell Johnson's the return man, not Dash Luke, who's been quiet for the Bears. Clean kick for Dean. Johnson forced to backpedal. That's a booming kick. And a fair catch. We'll step aside. 10-point difference. Late stage of the third.
The best player on the field. Most explosive player possibly in Conference USA. He needs to be more involved. Not sure why he's not in.
Lawrence trying to stretch it out, but the defense stays with him. He only gets to the 21. So a gain of 2+, about 3. Yeah, King had 10 targets and led his team in catches last week. He had been leading the league in receiving yards since he was activated a couple of games ago.
Yeah, this guy's a very, very dynamic playmaker. You know, down the field, we saw earlier, getting into rounds. Like, this guy needs to be involved in this game if New Mexico State want to get back into it.
Total yardage similar, but leaning more and more to the Bears. Clark feeling greater rhythm. Play clock at 7 out of the pistol. Keep it on the ground with Lawrence. And he plunges for the first down. Races to the 32. Tamed there by Thompson. A gain of 12.
Yeah, this New Mexico State is going to have to muster up a stop. As you see, nice clean blocking by the Missouri State offensive line. And Lawrence is doing what he's been doing all game. Just running downhill with attitude and passion.
Well, the Bears have been able to hold on to the ball a lot on the year. They're second best in Conference USA in time of possession, and now with a 2-score lead, they could bleed a little bit of clock if they can pound on the ground. Hand signals from Clark. Play clock at 2. 5-man rush, he's on the roll. He fires sideline and a dive out of bounds at the 34. Nick Session was there to help James Blackstrain out of play.
I tell you, Jacoby Clark right now is doing everything in his willpower to get away from this rush, to create some extra time for his receivers. You can just see him hobbling out there on one leg.
Now for this New Mexico State defense, they've been so good at forcing turnovers all year. One of the best in the country. They need one bad right here. Second down and long, third down and long. This is where turnovers happen. Got to be swiping at the football and bring some pressure looks to confuse Jacob Clark.
Low snap. Swings it out. Lawrence had to spin to bring it in. And what an ankle latch by Zayden Davis. Able to yank him down to the 35. Gain of 2, third down.
Yeah, right here on third and 6-ish. This is a huge play right here for the New Mexico State defense. They need to get off the field. I'm expecting them to send a little bit of pressure after seeing how Jacob Clark is maneuvering back there in the pocket. So expect pressure here to get the ball out of his hands very quickly.
Yeah, Gabe Peterson's one of the best pass rushers on this New Mexico State defense. It's right here, number 16 at the defensive end spot. Got to get home to the quarterback. Like you said, Patrick, get Clark moving, given that he's not that mobile right now.
Play clock down. 3rd and 7. 3-man rush. Blitzer comes. Clark somehow gets flushed. He flips it out to Green. First man missed. Second, he swung down. Did he get beyond the sticks? It looks like he did. What a second and third effort. Jamal Thompson Jr. Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown. A grinding run by Green. We are are through 3 quarters of play. It's college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Old Trapper. A rough rumble by Ramon Green Jr. He's got 4 grabs for 44 yards, including a touchdown. He's the hot hand, giant hole. Green showing the shake, sprinting down the sideline and yanked down out of bounds at around the 11. Armon Hale brings him out.
This is great blocking by the offensive line of the tight end. Watch Astrin come across here, the tight end. Watch 88 makes a great block, trapping the defensive lineman. That's an enormous hole. Great job by the left side of this Missouri State offensive line.
45 yards all the way to the 12. It feels like if the Bears punch it in for a touchdown, could they put it away this early?
Yeah, it can be tough for this New Mexico State team to crawl back into this one after a 17-point deficit.
Jacob Clark has been animated. He has been steering the ship, and flags fly everywhere. This is how the game started. 9 penalties marred the first 15.
Offense number 51. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Nabugu, the left tackle.
And this is what Coach Brian Beard wanted to see out of this Missouri State offense and offensive line. Can they run the ball downhill? Can they run the ball effective? And right now, they're showing us right now they have a plan in mind. It's running the ball downhill, and Green with a big run for this offense.
He might need a breather. Shamari Lawrence is back in, the primary back. Clark out of the pistol. Motion from Robinson, who's been quiet. Looking left, checking down, middle, behind his man, looking for Dylan Hipp, incomplete. That was a dangerous throw.
So now this is still important for this New Mexico State defense, just because if they can hold this the Missouri State offense to 3 points, this can be huge. If you get Jacob Clark back here throwing the ball, therefore there can be mistakes happening. Right now, this defensive line have to get out the quarterback, get their hands up, and start punching at this football to create a turnover.
Still south of 200 yards. Motion from Hipp. Lawrence in the backfield. 4-man rush. Over the middle. There's Robinson. Gets that look. First man miss. And he's yanked down at the 3. That's going to be really close. He'll be just short of the first down. Gain of 14.
And this is a great job of Jacob Clark. Watch the blitz come right in the middle of the defense. And what do you do when you blitz? You replace it with the throw. Good job fielding that pressure by Jacob Clark.
Is this 4-down territory?
No doubt about it, this is 4-down territory. 3rd and 1, you want to pick up this first down. But if you don't, you definitely want to go for it again.
Working out of the gun, just 3 of 7 on 3rd down. 2 tight ends to the right. Lawrence, the bigger back. On the counter, he gets chipped down, and the ball loose. Jamal Thompson Jr., and they take it away.
Defense.
It is Aggie football. The hammer dropped by the D-end.
This is the stop that this New Mexico State defense needed. Now the life is back in this building. Let's see if this Fife can take this ball down the field and put some type of points on the board, because they definitely need it right here in the 4th quarter.
What a play by Jamal Thompson Jr. Man, he's such an explosive defensive end, an elite pass rusher. Plays with heavy hands. Watch 6 make this play, then jumps on the football. We got a ball game.
Edge pressure shown by the Bears. TK King is out there as a wideout. And over the middle, Gavin Harris, the tight end, able to pick up 7 to go back to the turnover.
And this is what the New Mexico State defense needed. As a right, you see 14 PU makes a play on the ball, got his helmet on the hat to draw that ball loose and get this must stop for this New Mexico State defense. And now the ball is back in the New Mexico State offensive hands. Let's see if they can get some points now.
2nd down, Harris motion. Keeper. Fife baffled everyone. And he earns nearly the 30, Markham at the 28. And able to pick up 15. Bird Lloyd stopped him.
It's a well-executed read by Logan Fife. See the right side of the screen, the defensive end crashes inside. Fife reads it, pulls the football for himself. Nice first down. And this New Mexico State offense really needs an explosive here. TK King is back in the ball game, one of the fastest players on this team. be a great time to go to him down the field.
They're going split backfield here. Stanley and Ruddison, they haven't shown this much. Blitz shown to the far side. Stanley motions out, play fake. Off the pump, the lob left, able to check it down. And then out of bounds at around the 33, so it's a gain of about 5 there for Stanley. Helped out of bounds by Dixon.
Yeah, they got TK King back in the game, and he dialed up that play that Coach Yokes always talked about. He got up on the whiteboard and drew it up for us, but the Missouri State defense did a great job of defending it.
Well, 3 wide on 2nd and 5. Down a couple of scores, unblemished at home, trying to go to 4-0 in the stadium. Knocked down right near the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Active hands up front. That was Ahmad Poole.
It's a great job by Ahmad Poole. As a defensive player, I always told my defensive lineman, if you cannot get to the quarterback, just stick those big old mittens up.
It's like playing volleyball.
Exactly.
Just knocking the ball down at the net. Nice play by Poole.
3rd and 5, only a 3-man front. Wide splits, King in motion. He's been eerily quiet. Fife hammered, he is dropped. Sacked back at the 24, that'll be a loss of 8. Devon Townley Jr. roared in and ripped him down.
Man, Townley is having a game. He has a blocked field goal. Got 2 big-time quarterback hits here to get this team off the field. Man, Missouri State defense is getting after it just with the 4 guys up front. Townley is having a game.
And so many good pass rush moves by Townley. We saw him use the spin move in the first half. That time he dips inside of the tackle, and he's too athletic. Tackle has no chance.
2nd sack suffered for Fife. From the 28, Ronell Johnson nowhere to go. Well, the possession is a 2-score lead. How much do they pound on the ground? Lawrence trying to stretch. And he goes out of play with some help at around the 40. Armon Hale helped him out there. So it's a gain of 10. That's going to be good to move the chains. We got 10 minutes to go in a 10-point affair. What are you watching for on each side?
And for the most part, for Missouri State, keep the ball on the ground. Just continue eating up clock. For New Mexico State, I want to start putting more guys in the box to get them to throw the ball, to get them, force them into a mistake.
Off a play fake, Clark. Tall ball, but Ronell Johnson cleans it up with a good catch. He'll be a couple of yards shy. Nathan Mitchell the stick.
But Patrick, New Mexico State's got to get these safeties playing downhill. They got to play where they can jump the hitch routes, play in the box, and stop the run. They need to get a stop here. I want to see them playing at about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage.
And this is where the corner's going to have to grow up, because now you're on your own just because you're trying to get those safeties down in the box now.
Each team still south of the century mark on the ground. Off the play fake. Flag is out. That's a catch tight to the sideline. But laundry all over. That is no catch, incomplete. Coverage there from Nick Session. Isaiah McMorris could not hold on. We've had 1 flag lifted already tonight.
Personal foul, shot block, offense number 71 and 54. 15-yard penalty, remains first down.
Hudson and Green.
Yeah, it's the center, Cash Hudson, and then left guard, Green. Watch the chop block right here. See the center and left guard. One goes high and one goes low. That's what a chop block is. You can't hit a guy below the knees and also block him up top. It's a good call by the official and protects the safety of the defensive lineman.
What's the mentality of the DBs in this stage of the game, Patrick?
Well, you know me, John. I was used to living on the edge, so I was okay being out there by myself. But for the DBs in this situation right now, you do not want to give up a big play. You want to try to keep everything in front of you and tackle and rally to the ball catcher.
And no one threw to you, Patrick.
Exactly. That's why I say I'm used to being on my own.
Off the motion by King Davis. Green in the flat. Has one blocker and multiple defenders, gets swarmed at around the 30. Tuitama, part of the denial there.
It's a great play by Tuitama from his defensive line spot, running out in space for the tackle. Now, big third down of this ballgame. New Mexico State needs a stop. I want to see them walk the linebackers up and get a confusing look for Jacob Clark, the quarterback. Got to force the ball out of his hand quickly, Patrick.
Yeah, I'm expecting a stream draw here just because of the state of this game right now. Up 10 points. You want to try to eat up as much clock, much time off this clock as possible. So I'm expecting a run here. Or a screen.
Clark, twist comes, middle. And there is nothing there for Ramon Green. Flag down. He was marked down at the 35. Alpiu was there, but multiple flags everywhere.
This play took a little while to develop. I'm thinking legal man downfield.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too. Flags came from both sides, which tells you it's often the offensive line.
They tried to set up that screen, though.
Yep.
It just took a little bit too long.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense number 54. The penalties declined. Result of the play is 4th down.
It's on 54, Matthew Green right here. He's going to go downfield. Watch how he's about 4 yards downfield when this play develops, and then the catch is past the line of scrimmage. So the offensive lineman can't be more than 3 yards downfield in that situation. Good call by you, Patrick.
Big change here at punt returner. It's TK King instead of TJ Pride. King has done it. Pride is the far more frequent punt returner. Flags again on the snap. And the whistles blare. This one's going to go dead.
Kicking team number 14. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
New Mexico State got TK King back returning, trying to get a play here and a big return. TK King so explosive. Expect him to line up a good return for him and try to get blockers in space.
Thomas Anderson, that last penalty, that's double digits now for the Bears. McDonald boots it. King coming forward from his 29. King to the outside. And he stumbled inside of the 40. An electric return for TK King. He gets a touch, and he makes a play.
Very electric return here. This is what this New Mexico State team needed going into this 4th quarter. TK King with a big-time return here. I used to be able to do this back in my day as well. They needed a spark. TK King is giving it to him right now. Let's see what they can do. Put the ball in the end zone. Because this guy is dynamic.
34-yard return for King. Dangerous pass middle, tumbling grab. Donovan Fappel to the 22. They get 16.
What a throw by Logan Fife right between the two linebackers. 1 foot left or right on that throw. That might have been an interception. Big time accuracy.
This is the first juice the Aggies have had in a bit, sparked by that return. And the quicker hitter, but one-on-one, able to get about 5. Fappel lassoed down.
Yeah, Fife does a great job right here, just staying poised, putting the ball in between 4 defenders. If that ball was anywhere left, 2 feet left, 2 feet right, possibly an interception, but he's threaded the needle and give his receiver an opportunity to make a play.
I really think here, if you get the 4th down and short, this is a go-for-it situation for New Mexico State. You need a touchdown. This is going to be their best chance.
Ruddison is in at running back. He goes out wide. On the quick slant, catch at the 10. And 3 defenders converge at the 9. That'll be a gain of 7. That's good for a first down. It's 1st and goal.
And right now, this New Mexico State team is in the red zone again. They have to find a way to finish this drive with 6 points instead of 3, because you want to be able to get a touchdown to make that last drive a little bit more gettable to get versus a touchdown versus the field goal. So I'm looking for this New Mexico State offense to put the ball in the end zone versus a field goal.
And they got TK King lined up in the backfield right now.
Fappel now 8 grabs to lead the team by a ton, 59 yards. No one else is more than 2. King in motion. On the ground, Ruddison. Not much room. Earns about the 8. That's a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal.
We haven't talked that much about Gavin Harris, the star tight end for New Mexico State. Number 2, what a great spot to get him involved right here. 2nd and goal, gotta have it situation. You go to your best players. And New Mexico State gotta play a little bit more urgency on offense.
Well, Smithson took some time to come off, and it looks like a change for New Mexico State.
Please reset the game clock to 5:42.
As Malik Williams jogs off, Armando Nieves went on, who normally shares the right tackle spot of late with Elijah Harvey. So you have a new man on the outside. Motion from Pride. Fife fires, end zone incomplete, looking for King. He had 3 defenders around him, and the rifle ricochets.
Yeah, Jordan Dunbar does a great job of just playing through the receiver's hands at the top of this route.
3rd and goal. Empty. This is something that OC David Yo said to look for. No, they will go single back. And Ruddison. Low snap. Lob, rear corner. Incomplete. Looking for Gavin Harris. He was eyeballing the tight end that you called for, Adam. 4th and goal, and the kick unit going out. Do you like this?
Yeah, at this place, you're at the 9-yard line. I think you got to kick this field goal. If it was a little bit closer, I think you go for it. But at this point, it's too long of a 4th down. It's a good throw by Logan Fife. I think Gavin Harris has got to make that play.
Yeah.
It hits your hands in the back of the end zone. Got to come down with that.
Hawk suffered his first block on the 48-yard try. From a little over 25. And the kick is good. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We got a 1-score game. 5:23 to go in regulation. Jamarie Robinson and Ronell Johnson. We have not seen much of Dash Luke on offense or on specials, and he is the primary kick returner. Oh, the fair catch way, but it plummets in the end zone. We'll get a touchback here. And now a critical possession begins for the Bears at quarterback Jacob Clark. And I wonder one small wrinkle that we haven't discussed tonight. Leading up to this game, the Aggies were fairly convinced that they would see Deuce Bailey, and that's what they prepared for. Do you think that changed anything with Clark as not the running man, but more of a firmer passer being out there?
I think it had to, but they had it in the back of their minds that it was a possibility that they was going to see Clark, but not for this amount of time.
And he has taken every snap. We haven't seen Bailey once on the field. Can Lawrence protect? He had a fumble. Big gash on the left side, and what an ankle hit by Josiah Charles, able to tame him shy of the first down at the 33, gain of 8.
It's a nice run by Shamari Lawrence. He's got the power to run inside, but this is what makes him great. The speed and explosiveness to get on the edge when nothing is there inside. Nice run by Lawrence.
And Ryan Beer, the head man, told him straight up, we think you can be the guy transferring in from FIU, but you got to earn it. And he feels that he very much has, and gave a lot of praise to that breakaway ability, the speed factor. Working boundary here. And an inside run, and that's going to be good for a first. They get about 3 to the 36. Torrey gathers the stick.
Missouri State's been effective running the football this game, 100+ yards so far. They got to keep the ball on the ground right here, keep chewing the clock. New Mexico State, 3 timeouts. You're not thinking about timeouts until you're under 2:30 in this game. Right now, you got to get a stop, but timeouts aren't in play until about the 2:30 mark.
But what needs to be in play is getting these safeties closer to the line of scrimmage. Because right now, you know what the Missouri State offense is going to do. Run the football to try to take off some time off this clock.
Very soft coverage shown in the secondary. 3-man front. Lawrence trying to bang it outside. Gets initially shouldered by Nathan Mitchell. Some late help. The lasso at the 39. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. 8 came there from Quincy Davis.
New Mexico State, as you said, Patrick, got to bring these safeties in the box and stop the run. Even that run on first down, 4 yards. Just too much on first down. You got to get a stop here and load the box so that you stop the run and also get some pressure on Jacob Clark if they go to the air. Here's the safeties. I'd like to see them down right about here, Patrick.
Yes.
Come down a few yards and get in the box.
On 2nd down, blitz is on. Play fake. And the pass for the first down to Askren, the tight end, up the right sideline, bashed by Nick Session after he pierces New Mexico State territory.
And honestly, New Mexico State defense dialed up a blitz off the blind side. But Jacoby Clark did a great job of finding his tight end on the outlet, picking up this first down, and another back-breaking first down given up by this New Mexico State defense.
It's a nice call by Nick Petrino, offensive coordinator for Missouri State. Everyone's thinking run. We're talking about run up here. What do? You go play action to your tight end of the flat. Nice call.
Under 3 minutes, a 1-score game out of the pistol.
I think you take a timeout here if you get a stop on first down.
Clark on the ground. Lawrence doesn't get much, only a yard. Do they call it here?
Yep.
They will.
Timeout. New Mexico State, that's their first. 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 2:36.
So you called for it. What's the thinking now?
Yeah, it's a good call by Tony Sanchez. At the 2:30 mark is when you start burning the timeouts because you know you're going to have the 2-minute timeout, which will stop the clock as well. I mean, right now you need the stop. You need your best players to make plays. Jamal Thompson, Gabe Peterson, got to step up and get in the backfield. I'd expect Missouri State, Patrick, to keep the ball on the ground here.
we expected them to keep the ball on the ground last play, 2 plays ago, and they end up play action. And so right now, I don't know what to expect, but I do expect a low percentage play that is going to put them in position to not keep this clock running.
Yeah.
Well, something New Mexico State practices defensively is shots at the ball. It's something that began with Joe Morris, was at Sam Houston State. They chart it during the week. It's a giant point of emphasis. Part of why they've been so great taking the ball away this year. Green is in, the better pass-catching back. On 2nd down, Green, ball in his belly. Able to shield and protect. He earns the 49. Torrey Gevers the tackle there. Clock rolling.
And that is one thing that Coach Moore...
Mexico State, that's their second, 30 seconds.
You like this?
Yeah, I do. That is one thing that Coach Morris did, defense coordinator for New Mexico State, talked about how they chart the guys punching at the ball, raking at the ball throughout practice, and give out gifts to the guy who end up tallying up the most rakes and punches at the ball. So this is a much-needed moment right now for one of those guys to get one of those punch-outs.
Now for Missouri State, 3rd down and 7. The question is, do you throw the football or do you keep it on the ground to make New Mexico State burn their last time out? If I'm Ryan Beard, I'm keeping the football on the ground. I want New Mexico State to be pinned deep after the punt and have no timeouts at their disposal when they get the ball back.
Field position is huge.
Dash Luke is in. You can see him, the smaller receiver, right in the middle of that huddle. He's been a shifty target that can be favored in spots like this if they go to the air. Clark, who has been quite animated since halftime. He's going to throw. It's tipped. It's incomplete. They brought the pressure and a tip ball. It is 4th down. Henry Davis III got the hands up.
It's a great play by Henry Davis. Watch 97. I think he's right here at defensive tackle. Going to come around and get that left hand up as soon as the pass is thrown. Nice play by the defensive tackle, and that's the risk. You throw it on third down. Clock stops now. New Mexico State with a timeout in their pocket.
And they also have TK King set up at his own 6. He had a 34-yard return last time. He had a 100-yard kick return for a touchdown when he was with Wyoming. He was the kick returner of the year in the Mountain West Fair Catch Wave, and this takes a big bound as it goes into the stands. Well, that was an ugly kick. They're going to walk this all the way up to the 35. That went out of bounds and 4 rows into the seats on a horrendous shank at the 35. That's a 14-yard punt.
Wow. When you needed to flip this field position, you only kicked the ball off 14 yards. Not a good kick there, execution.
Yeah, now for Logan Fife, New Mexico State, their OC, David Yost, as you see in the middle right there. Man, Fife, you made a bunch of mistakes in this game. You got a chance to correct all the wrongs right here. The best drive of the game. Logan Fife needs to play his very best. Take the easy completions, can't take a sack.
Thompson in motion. Fife steps into it and throws to nobody. Sidelines out of bounds. Looked like a gross miscommunication. King was the closest, but he was 20 yards down the field on the right sideline.
Yeah, it looked like just miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. But one thing I am surprised about, Coach Jost talked about attacking this defense in the boundary just because of the motions, and they don't run with motions and things like that. We have not really seen them attack formation into the boundary just yet. Maybe it comes on this drive.
2nd and 10. And our officials are jogging in. Would this be a clock issue?
Not sure.
At a point in the game where tempo means a lot on both sides.
Maybe they're discussing intentional grounding. But TK King was down the field here.
He was far down. There was nobody there, it seemed. Is he in the tackle box?
There is no foul for intentional grounding. 2nd down.
And there you go.
The guy for this New Mexico State offense who made a play in a similar situation last game against Liberty was Gavin Harris, the tight end. Made a huge catch down the field. He's in the slot.
He's the man in motion. They overload the left side. Fife fires, sideline caught, and a hop out of bounds. His favorite target tonight. Donovan Fapel now has 9 grabs. None of his teammates have more than 2.
And there you go. New Mexico State put this formation in the boundary to kind of overload one side of the field to put that stress on that Sam Backer. And as he finds his #1 target here tonight for easy completion.
Gain of 14, low snap. Fife handles well. He fires again, left side, the tight end, Gavin Harris. All the way to the 22. You called for it, Adam.
Timeout.
The 2-minute timeout, 28 to number 2. They're on the drive with 1:59 to go. With the lead, the Aggies with the ball. A 28-yard connection from Logan Fife to tight end Gavin Harris. It is 1st down with the ball at the 21-yard line.
New Mexico State here, you don't have to rush right now. You have some time. You can sneak in a run play if Missouri State's playing off coverage. You have enough time, and with a timeout, you're also, Patrick, thinking about if you score a touchdown, you don't want to give Missouri State a ton of time to then go down the field and put a drive together themselves.
No doubt about it, because Jacob Clark and his offense have been rolling for the most part. But again, you don't want to score too fast. You just want to leave enough time on the clock.
Harris and Fapel are on the left side. They have been the favored targets. Looking left, firing left. It's caught out of bounds at the 10. There is Gavin Harris, the tight end, once more. Markham at the 11. Helped out of bounds by Ford. Gain of 10.
And watch this route by Gavin Harris. It's a great job by the tight end, getting open in space. A perfect throw by Logan Fife. In big moments, you go to your best players. That's number 2 for New Mexico State.
They can get a 1st down without a touchdown of the 1. Down to score. Fife. Lob, end zone, caught, touchdown! Wow. Ripped in by Donovan Fapel. Double-digit grabs and an extra
this was by Donovan Patel. He runs a sluggo, a slant and go outside. The defensive back is on his own. And Fife just finds him in the back of the end zone and hopefully tie this ball game up.
It's a perfect throw by Logan Fife, exactly where it has to be, over the defensive back. Ice in his veins after the mistakes. What a drive by Logan Fife.
His first touchdown against a career-worst 3 picks. Now a critical extra point from Ryan Hawk, who would have been banged up all week. And the point after is good. It's weekday Conference USA. It's tied at 17 with 1:49 to go in the 4th.
Right now, Fife was in the pocket, calm, cool, and collected, and Pell runs a sluggo. What a perfect route on the outside, knowing that he had one-on-one coverage, and delivers a strike in the back of the end zone for his #1 target here tonight.
Targeted 13 times. He's got 10 grabs and 84 yards.
Here's Fapel. Watch him run the slant route and then go right up the field as soon as he breaks it off. Perfect route, puts the foot in the ground, shakes the defensive back, and then catches it in the back of the end zone. Great execution by this New Mexico State offense.
And Adam, you talked about time. Got a minute and 49 left.
34 seconds to go 65 yards. And remember the horrendous punt that only traveled 14 yards to set up the field position. There have been such huge momentum swings in this game. Now the kick to come from Hawk. Aggies trying to go 4-0 at home for the first time in almost 20 years. They have come back to tie it. Now the Bears will have their shot to surge ahead again. The return from the end zone. And not a whole lot to the 20. Today's player of the game. Well, wait a moment. We have flags and we have some shoving. You can feel the fire from down there on the field.
Whoever this flag's on, you got to be smarter than that.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, kicking team number 47, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Linebacker Jalen Brown. And there were some critical penalties and special teams faux pas in the loss last time out for New Mexico State.
That's as critical as it gets.
Our player of the game brought to you by Old Trapper Beef Jerky.
Right now, Townley is having a game. 2 sacks, a blocked field goal. He has been in the backfield all game long, and he definitely deserves the player of the game.
And that field goal block was enormous. And that came right after his sack forced the longer field goal from 48 yards. So now Jacob Clark gets his shot. Ramon Green sidecar. Not Lawrence. They go with a better pass catching back. Armed with 2 timeouts, a stunt on a 4-man rush. Crossing look, Gardner. Gardner trying to get out of bounds. Looks like he will be marked at the 44, just shy. Armand Hale helped him out, second down.
Missouri State here has 2 timeouts. You can take what the defense gives you. New Mexico State on that play right there, and now we'll play man coverage. So Jacob Clark, just take what's in front of you. And again, with 2 timeouts in a minute 35 left, you can run the football. You don't need a touchdown right here.
Yusuf Obeid is hit from 49 in his career. Low snap. Fired, bit of a dangerous ball, knocked free. Oh, what fierce arrival by Nathan Mitchell. He's got a couple of picks on the day, and that was a huge punch free.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice play by Nate Mitchell right there. As a defensive back comes in, he has great eyes, great leverage on this route, and just finish with a club through to jar that ball loose and bring up 3rd and 1.
It looks like they're going with a bigger package here.
Yeah, I think Missouri State, you run the football here. Offensive line needs to get some movement, pick up the first down, then you go fast again.
But they don't go under center. They go shotgun, needing only about a foot. Lawrence gets the drive, and he's got it. Able to pound to the 49. So that drive gets 5. That'll move the chains.
It's a great physical run by Lawrence, lowering his pads to pick up this first down. For Missouri State, 2 timeouts. You don't use your timeouts till you're under 1 minute here. You got to play fast, but you don't need to rush.
Need to get to about the 33 to be in field goal range. Fire caught. That'll be another first down. Ripped in by Gardner. A couple of huge grabs for the true freshman, Josiah Charles. Swung him down.
Yeah, Gardner's starting to get involved in this game. Coach Petrino talked about how he's just a gamer, has a great feel for the game, trusts him in these moments. And they need to pick up maybe about a safe 10 more yards to get themselves in field goal range.
Out of the gun, personnel change on both sides. 40 seconds. To the sideline, tipped, knocked down, incomplete. Josiah Charles showing the vert, and he got the fingertip graze to angle it out of bounds.
I mean, Jacob Clark just cannot make this throw. It's way too risky. At this moment in the game, you're almost in field goal range with a chance to win it. That's almost an interception. Got to be smarter than that. I'd like to see some quick, easy completions here. Again, you can run the football to try to get into field goal range here.
Still with 2 timeouts, trips left.
You really want to get this thing inside 30 yards to feel comfortable and confident in a field goal.
Clark, extra defender coming to backside. Clark on the roll, tight window, knocked down. There is Josiah Charles again, all over Jamarie Robinson, 3rd down.
Yeah, New Mexico State playing some nice defense right now. As you see the delayed blitz off of Clark's left-hand side, flushes them out right. And the defensive backs right now are just doing a great job of just drawing the ball loose, playing through the receiver's hands to make sure that they do not recept this ball.
Both sidelines are fire right now. The cowbells are clanging. Tied, 27 seconds, 3rd and 10. A crowded front shown by the Aggies. Do they bring it? They do. Clark hammered, completes it. And they can call a timeout with the ball to the 33. They're going to let it roll at 19 seconds. They're in field goal range.
New Mexico State should bang their last timeout.
Now they're short of the first. It is 4th down. Does he want to save the timeout to try to freeze the kicker? Let them call a timeout, set up shop.
Their second, 30 seconds.
And that's exactly the play Missouri State needed to get into field goal range. Right to the 34-yard line. It's a good job by Jacob Clark. He's got a ton of chaos in his face. Makes a good throw to Robinson. Pick up just enough yards to get into range for their kicker.
It's at the 33.5, so you're looking at a little more than a 50-yard field goal try, which would be a new long for Yusuf Obeid. He hit from 49 against Western Kentucky.
Now the operation becomes so important for the snapper, for the hold. New Mexico State's going to bring out their very best field goal block team right here to try to block this kick.
Can Obeid hit to win, or will overtime be had? New Mexico State has a timeout, could try to freeze him. Obeid from 50 to win, and will get the timeout. Make him think about it.
And Adam, you talked about
New Mexico State, that's the 3rd. 30 seconds.
And Adam, you talked about this operation. Another thing that is very, very key in this operation is making sure that he gets the trajectory on this field goal kick, because this is not a chip shot. This is a 50-yarder. So therefore, he's going to have to try to get some power behind this football to get this ball nice and low. And that's going to give the opportunity to these defensive linemen to get their hands up if they can get a good push to hopefully get another block field goal in this game.
Yeah. It all comes down to this kick. A game littered with flags, with turnovers, and with late big plays. The biggest to come from Yusuf Obeid for a career-long 50-yarder to win it. Snap, spot, his kick. It is no good, wide right. Overtime, weekday, CUSA needs more. Regulation is not enough. We'll have some free football in Las Cruces. split backfield. Off the play fake. Clark on the run. Completes it to Lawrence's running back, and he tumbles down at the 12, a gain of 13. Sone Opiu with the stop.
Man, that's a big-time play by Jacob Clark. You see him limping right there, nursing the knee injury. Gutsy play. Watch him in the pocket here, roll out, know nothing is there, and has the football IQ to come back to his right and find his receiver open downfield. Great play by Jacob Clark.
It almost looked like that touchdown pass he threw to Green in the back of the end zone here.
They can get a first down without a touchdown. Out of the pistol in the belly of Lawrence. Bangs it outside. And takes an Aggie for a ride to the 5. Nick Session was on his back. They'll mark him at the 5.5. It'll be second down. And he's slow to get up.
Really nice run here by Shamari Lawrence. Good job breaking the tackle at the point of contact, chopping his feet, finishing that run with physicality.
The athletic trainers taking a look. He had a wave of defenders on him as he went down under a big pile.
He's had a really good day so far, averaging almost 5 yards every time he touches the football on a run play.
He is just short of 100 yards. Running in the game. He had not been a big part of the pass catching game. Only had 8 grabs on the year. That last grab was his second of the night. He'll have to sit for this play.
It's good to see Lawrence walk off the field. Guys, this was the exact position we saw New Mexico State get a turnover on the goal line earlier this game. Ball security is so important for Missouri State. 2 hands on the football for the running backs, and can't throw an interception if you're Jacob Clark.
It was Lawrence who put it on the ground last time. Green has taken his spot behind Clark. Both tight ends move. 2nd and 3. A crowded front. Green chipped down, and he'll lose yardage. He gets veered back to the 8 by Nick Session. That'll be a loss of 3. It's 3rd down.
And Nick Session right here just comes like a missile and makes a great play on Green to not only keep it and make it 3rd down, but keeping his offense out of the end zone, possibly holding them to a field goal. So that was a huge play on 2nd down for this New Mexico State defense.
They're going to mark him at the 7.5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Out of the gun. And Clark changing it up. The cowbells clang. Clark, lob, end zone. A leap and a catch. Touchdown, Missouri State. Brought in cleanly by Ronell Johnson.
Wow, what a gutsy throw. And the catch was 7 route by Johnson. Man, you go back and watch this play here. Look at Clark. He audibles this to a corner route. And if you're a defender, you gotta have outside leverage because all your help is inside. You have the safety right inside of you, so you gotta have outside leverage and finish the play. He just slowed up just a little bit at the top of that route, which gave him that much space to complete that pass.
Big extra point from Yusuf Obeid. He missed the field goal at the end of regulation. He had hit 46 straight extra point tries until a miss last time out. To make it a clean 7-point game. And he drills it. So the Bears do their part.
It's a really nice play design here. Johnson's in the slot. Here he is. Watch him run the flag route right here. And this receiver is going to clear out. Watch how it plays out. Good job by Johnson. Once he puts the foot in the ground, he knows he has one-on-one coverage. But the best part is going up and attacking the football in the air. Big time play by Johnson. A gutsy throw.
And honestly, Adam, Mitchell's been having a great game all game. Just got to have outside leverage.
Aggies at the 25 get their shot. And movement on the left side. Multiple men.
Snap infraction. number 61. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
B.J. Tolo, the center. Injury forced him into the starting role. His head man, Tony Sanchez, believes he's playing at an all-conference level. That's a major penalty.
You got to be thinking Gavin Harris here, the tight end who's made so many plays in this ball game.
Motion from Pride. 4-man rush. Fight fire. Tip ball intercepted. That's the game. And a fumble. And now a flag is out. Oh, that was chaos. Is this game won? Yeah, that was a tip ball pick, then fumbled, and a flag came out simultaneously. The officials are warning the entire Bears team, get off the field, get on the sideline. You think PI?
Yeah, PI. Got there just a little bit too early. Couldn't see who was the defender on that, but yeah, I'm thinking PI. Got there just a little bit early.
And if he gets that pick, why even bother to try to run it back?
You just got to go down right there and have the football IQ to know the game's over.
Now, Rodney Burnett is our referee. There have been a slew of penalties on both sides just about all night. Does a penalty extend the game here?
Having conversation.
Really big call here.
It is.
I think that was Dylan Dixon, the nickel, who picked that off for Missouri State.
It's a lot of chatter.
A giant call to come. Is this game continuing, or have the Bears won? And this is a long chat.
Yeah, and if the penalty stands, a lot to talk about with where the ball is on the field, the timing.
The entire Missouri State team started to spill in celebration, believing the game was won.
And waiting for the penalty. This is where Logan Fife, the veteran quarterback for Missouri State, has to get his guys ready.
There is no foul on the play. The game is over.
That's it. Missouri State wins. And now the celebration in earnest.
Wow.